Welcome back to my channel, everybody. We had a really good week making videos. It was fun. I was happy with the stuff that came out. I haven't spalled anything yet on my channel. I'm not really used to it. I've seen a bunch of videos. So right here we have a big block of dacite or obsidian. And so my goal is to knock off at least one spall, so that way I can make some type of point. So we're just going to get right into it. I believe right here might be a good area. All right, wish me luck first time here. A little, maybe right there. Let's see. There's a nice flat piece. Definitely make a point out of that. Maybe a really fine point. So I'm not really used to this, so I'm trying to figure this out. I know I have to pick a decent area. Could probably go right in here. So there's a, so if you guys can see, it kind of comes out on the rock. And so it's like a platform already set up. I'm going to try to direct it this way to see if I can get me a nice flake so I can have something to choose from. So here's another one. Should be able to do something with that. So out of those pieces that I just knocked off, I'm going to go ahead and choose this one right here. It does have the cortex on the back. I'm going to see if I can knock it off. So I'm just looking at it right now and I'm just trying to find a spot to start. It's kind of twisted, but you know, there is some places I can hit to get into it. So I am trying to watch, trying to get better, so I'm trying to make sure I'm not hitting across it too much. What I mean by that is, I don't mean across it, I mean, I'm just trying to pick my spots a little bit better. So I'm raising the platform right now up so I can take off some of this cortex. Taking off some of the easy stuff. I haven't worked dacite too much on my channel, so this is a first for me. So we're gonna go here, trying to take some of this off. Just gonna keep turning it, hitting the low point. So that's how it's looking now. So you can tell here's a low point, and I'm gonna hit that right there. Looking for the next low point. Looks like we have two. I think I can come back and hit this one. Almost took that whole ridge off. All right, there we go. With this piece, I really want to work on my flake scars, and I want them to look a little bit better than they normally do. So that's what this video is pretty much going to be about. Is seeing if I can clean up my napping. I do want to keep my length, so I'm going to try my hardest to keep it. Taking off little flakes if I can. Stuff's a little crunchy. Just nice step fracture I created. It's not too bad, but it's there. Alright, let's raise this up. I'm just trying to raise up the platform so that I can hit this backside. Got a little low spot here. That was a good spot to hit. So I'm just trying to bring the platform up this way to try to take this off. Ran that nicely. So I got an area here. I could probably try to come in behind this step fracture. Took off some of it. If I have any opportunities when I look around, I'm trying to see if there's any platforms that are already set up, like this one right here, to knock off. Like this, these I could do some. I could run some here. So here, let's go run a couple here. So overall, I'm actually being able to identify like different, like what I'm supposed to be doing as far as platforms and setting it up. I do a braid more now. Let's try to clean up this tip a little bit. So right here, you can see how it's lower. I'm going to try to knock some of this off. Ran it across. Little crunchy coming into that step. That's definitely going to affect my overall size. I'm trying to clean it up now a little bit, trying to get this line a little straighter. All right, here we go. It's a little, what is it called? A preform. Little biface to mess with. I think it's a biface. Okay, I'm pretty happy with how it looks already. We have one issue that I created myself. You guys can see right here. Let's see. There's a step fracture running through. It's not too crazy. I'm going to move over to indirect and see if I can clean up the rest of this, and let's make a point. All right, here we are moving over to indirect. I'm just going to make sure it's abraded properly. I haven't decided on a point yet, but I will. Just want to see how this flakes. Next step. So I went a little bit past parallel like that. So this is parallel. So like this, I kind of tilt it up. It seems like that's a little bit much for this, so I'm going to go parallel and see if I can run some flakes. I might even be hitting too hard, so running some step fractures. I don't want to. I'm creating my own problems that I will have to figure out. All right, that was nice. I'll try to hold some of these flakes too so we can see them. Went into the step fracture and just continued the step fracture, so that wasn't a good strike. I'm definitely going to have to bring this probably in and lose a lot of my length or width. So I'm going to try to run into this up here. Hopefully nothing crazy happens. It could cause issues. But I got to do whatever I can to try to take off this cortex and the rest of my step fractures that I created. It seems like these little gentle, easy strikes with this Dacite seems to be working. Just nice and easy. Like I said, I have to figure the material out. And I probably need to prepare platforms a little bit better. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. Trying to prepare right here to drive a flake through there. Like I said, I'm fairly new to this, so I just like to kind of describe what I am going through and what I see. You never know if it might help anybody, or maybe I'll show you something not to do. You know, either way, I'm still going to record it. I'm just trying to set up another platform. I'm going to try to run a series of flakes. So what I'm going to try to do is I have this step fracture right here. I'm going to try to run this flake along this ridge and try to knock it off. That didn't want to go. Got some of it. All right, let's redo this. Set this up again. It's a little, this stuff seems crunchy. That means I'm probably overhitting it. All right, I got a nice, at least one platform to try to run a decent flake. And I'm gonna actually be aggressive with this and try to take off this step fracture. So I hit it, it went all the way across, took off most of it. I should be able to just clean this up and feather some little flakes into it. So I'm actually happy with that. It looks a little bit, how do you say it, a little off right now, but we'll definitely work that. All right, took away some of the big issues. It's not much to look at right now, but it is getting close. The tip of it is not too much to worry about right here. So the tip of it's not too much to worry about. I should be able to get this cleaned up. I am worried about this running through here. It could cause a crack. So I got to kind of be careful when cleaning up all of this mess. I'm really enjoying making points. You know, I've also enjoyed giving away some free stuff, just because I have access to make certain things, and why not give it away to the community? I know some of this stone gets pricey, so I think it's kind of cool that, you know, every now and then you give away a couple of free pieces. I do have some slabs coming that I've never worked before. I've never worked slabs, so it should be interesting. I like working whole rock, but I just thought I'd give it a try. I want to thin out this back end somewhat. So let's raise the platform up actually. Gotta remember the steps. Got a little ridge here. Gonna try to work. Let me set this up a little bit better. So here you go. So it gives you guys a little look. So there's a little ridge running through here. There's a little platform I set up. So I'm going to try to run that ridge, thin it out, thin this piece out a little bit. Hit it right there. Took off that flake. I'll try to do the same thing on the other side, running this way. In just a minute. It's another one. I'm just working this whole area. Still got this little patch of cortex, you know, still there. One little area left, and I believe I can set that up. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually pick a shape. So I'm going to try to go to a triangular shape, and then I'm going to try to triangle out the back, the bottom end. So I'm going to kind of be a little bit more cautious. Let's clean up your center line. So I'll give you guys a look. My center line is not the best. So I'm going to clean that up with the indirect, and I'm even gonna square off the back end. And try to get this looking better. On some of my stuff I haven't been doing like flake runs, and I've been seeing other people's work and they have these nice flake I've been noticing that people do flake runs, other nappers, and I don't do those as much on my points, but I do want to get to that, you know, that kind of look. So if I can on this piece, I will be trying it. Or I kind of went around that. Picking and choosing areas. I think I can run a flake under here. Cause a little step actually. You know, that's where the inexperience kicks in. I will be trying to get it though. Alright, I'm almost done straightening up the center line, the edge. Sometimes I think I'm in a hurry and I have to slow down. So we have our center line here. It's looking better. Our piece is pretty thin. Like, I'm happy with the thinness already. There's a couple areas that I still need to hit and get to, but I think I'll get there in time. So I'm just picking spots. I have been making knives, so you guys have been seeing my knife videos. I want to do a more in-depth video, but I mean, that just takes time. I do have some jewelry I want to make, so I might be making some jewelry coming up. I am a jewelry maker also. That's something that I do. I do a lot of abalone work. I do a lot of leather work. So I will be having possibly some leather videos that are related to flint knapping, making like different types of jewelry, maybe with arrowheads. Overall, I'm pretty happy with it. I do need to get that out. That's for sure. Let's see, what can I do? I can try going all the way across, but that might be a problem. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it in and then raise this and hopefully be able to get this from the backside. So let's go ahead and do a little run. We're going to just go through, do a little flake run, raise it up. I guess we're going in that far since I just created that. I think we actually needed to go in that far anyways. It's not ideal. But I'm not going to let too much bother me. I'm just going to roll with it. I did purchase this material, so like I do want to make stuff out of it, but I also give myself like I usually set aside a certain amount of money to learn something new. And so I know that I'm going to have to just learn by breaking rock. So, you know, I set myself a little budget to buy some rock. I've been working some Keokuk. I've been working some glass. The glass is free to me, so that's why I don't have an issue giving it away to you guys. It's free to a certain extent. I still have to go ahead and process it, so it does take time. All right, so I have to be real aggressive here. I'm gonna shoot a piece across here, a flake across here, and behind it or on it, and it might crack the piece in half, but I have to take the chance just because I want to get that out. So I'm going to tilt up slightly. Didn't get it. Okay, so I was real aggressive on that. You guys can see right here, I got the last piece of that, and the rest of it should just be easy cleanup. Even that's there, it's not a big deal. So super aggressive. Got that last piece out. All right, we're not done yet, but we got rid of a lot of issues right now. Hopefully we can still make a nice point if I don't cause any more mistakes. Alright, this is just little choppy flakes to straighten out the edge. When I do put the copper on it, I do lift up slightly to have a little bit of pressure. So I don't know if you guys do that on your own flint knapping. All right. So I'm just slowly working this point in. I probably could pressure flake the rest of it. I might move over to pressure flaking. I'll do it pretty soon, I think. So the point I'm trying to make is a Santa Barbara, like a California point. It's just a triangular shape with a triangular shape in the back. So I will be, trying to make that. All right. I'm straightening this out because I know I'm missing a step. So I always feel like the step I'm missing is the step of putting like consistent like flake scars on the piece. So I will be attempting that shortly. I'm going to braid it really well. In just a minute. All right. So here we go so far. I didn't even notice that the tip kind of broke off. It's not too big of an issue. So we have this point going right here. It's a little bit of a step right here. I'm going to try to take that out. I'll probably get it from this backside. Let's see. I think I can get it from the bottom. So I'm going to set up hopefully a decent platform. I'm raising it to be able to strike from the bottom. I know it's risky. I know I could crack my piece, but I need to hit it. So let me show you. So this is a step fracture right here, and I think I can run it through here to get to it. I could also crack the piece, but I'm learning. I'm trying to figure out what's the limitations of certain types of rock. And so we are just about to see. I should be able to run 1, 2, maybe 3 different attempts. So maybe not take it all off at once. Didn't get all the way up on it. Let's actually make this a little bit more stout, so it can handle me hitting it. It's braided really well. Let's see if I got it. Here we go. So I was trying to get that step fracture here, and let's see what we got. We almost got it completely. I think that can pressure flake out, honestly. Let's see. I think I can get that with the pressure flaker. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to pressure flake just this tiny little area out. So I can get right in here. Took that out. I guess I could get those flake scarring, like the nice flakes, with pressure flaking. Yeah, because look at, you can see how they're running nice. So I think that's the step I actually probably need to do. So just figuring things out, you know, I'm learning. Just trying to run those flakes. I'll deal with the tip of the point in just a little bit. I know copper is a little bit more grabby. I happen to like using this steel. I kind of grab from the top and push down and in. Well, the tip kind of fell off a little bit, but I'm not too concerned overall. It needed to come off. So you can see the center line, it's coming together. It's still low here in the back end. All right, let's work on this side. See, it's a little off. Can use some abrading. You know, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, you know, I do have a lot of content coming. I do plan on making videos weekly. I'm really enjoying flint knapping, so this is one of those things I am doing in my free time. And I think I'm going to continue doing it in my free time. Just enjoying it way too much. I am trying to run some flakes. Get you guys a closer look. So I'm trying to get some nice flake scarring on it. Check that out. That side's looking kind of mean, which is what I wanted it to look like. Let's do a little run here. So here we go. Looking kind of mean, kind of nice. I'm liking it. Overall, I'm pretty happy with it. It's not done. It's a little out of shape. It's leaning this way, so I will bring it in for sure. But this is what I wanted to practice. This running a series of flakes. And I think that's the look I was missing and trying to figure out. So I'm glad I kind of got some idea of that today. So I'm going to be bringing it in. I know I got to take off of this side. I do want to be careful with the tip. I don't want to knock too much more off of it. So I'm starting to realize that I probably should have got the shape squared away. And then once the shape was squared away, I think that's when I need to run those flakes. So I think I just figured that out also right now. Because now that the shape is good, we're missing those flake scars because I had to take some of them off. So the steps is pretty important. The steps is really important. Overall, thank you guys for kind of hanging out with me and, you know, on my flint knapping journey and me learning. It's been fun. It's definitely been fun. A lot of great people have reached out. So I do notice here the tip is kind of going up. And so I will address that. Just takes time. Just takes time. I'm definitely trying to get the tip all squared away. So the tip's straightening out pretty nice. You guys can see that. Let's work on this back end. I do want it to be kind of a triangle shape. We're switching paths. So my goal is to kind of triangle this out, point to the middle, come back. There we go. You guys can see that's coming out. So the point is looking okay. It's not too bad. Looking pretty flat. So I'm just trying to make sure this point goes to the center here, and then I will do some sharpening. So it looks like we need to come over this way a little bit. So we're almost there. We're in the home stretch. So let's take a quick look at this point. So here we go. We're going to clean that little dip up, pretty sure. We're going to make the center line cleaner than that. We are in the home stretch. Let's go to the cleanup pad here. And let's just make this line look real nice. So I'm going to work on this line. So I'm just straightening it up right now. I will be sharpening it also. But right now, I just want the line to be nice and straight. So I'm trying to hit all these little low spots. Raise it up if I need to raise it up. It's looking a lot better though. Now I know I used a bigger spall to make this piece. I made a lot of mistakes, but to me it's okay because I'm close to ending up with something. And I'm pretty sure that, you know, if I keep practicing, hopefully I'll get a little bit better and get better at not wasting material too. This back end's a little low, so I kind of raise it up. And then I'll show you guys the center line once I'm done. You know, once I'm a little happy with how it's looking. All right. So there's a clean pass on it. You guys can see that center line looks pretty nice. It's getting better there. We haven't took care of this yet. So let's go ahead and knock off some of this. Right in here. A lot better. Got to work on this little ear here. There we go. Just needed one flake. All right. So here we have so far. We're going to give it a little quick abrade and we're going to sharpen it. I just like using the edge. I'm going to go to the other side. All right, let's go ahead and sharpen this up. I'm still learning how to sharpen, but I'm going to put some nice little serrated edges on it. All right. Just trying to pop little flakes every so often, about the width of the tip of this. Just small flakes, doing it all the way to the top. Did it on one side. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. If I see anything that needs to be cleaned up, that needs to be kind of centered, I also take the opportunity to do that. But right now I'm trying to sharpen it. Now I'm going to flip it. And my goal is to go, I think I'm supposed to go in between. I do plan on selling my stuff eventually, and that stuff will be available on my website. So if I get good enough and I'm happy with the product or the points, you know, I do plan on making them available. So if anybody's ever interested in something I'm doing, I mean, I had a couple people ask me already, and I will be selling those knives, but I'm not ready yet. I'm just learning, and I'll be making those available though on my site when the time comes. Let's get the tip all squared away. Make sure the tip's not low. Overall, I think I'm pretty happy with it. So let's take a look. So this is one of our Santa Barbara points. Looks pretty nice to me. Let me know what you guys think. Please like, please subscribe, please comment here and there, and have a good one.